Hi, I'm Kirti.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Hi, I'm Carissa, and today we're going to react to Animal Crossing.
So this is the second episode of a series we call Curator Reacts, which is us trying to talk about art in relation to different pop culture things that we find fun and exciting. You may or may not have seen the first video, which is about BTS, my new favorite K-pop boy band.
Okay, so Animal Crossing is like a life simulator game. So for reference, it's something like The Sims, but cuter. So apart from decorating your own getaway island, hanging out with your animal friends, you can also collect stuff for an hour called Blathers for a museum on your island. And how do you collect for the art section, right? By waiting for a shady looking fox called Jolly Red. So every time Red comes, he offers you both real and fake works of famous art. What you have to do is to play this mini game of visual analysis. Okay, come and see my island, guys. We'll start with the entrance of my island.
I'm in her airport. It looks very cute.
I know, right? Look at me. I'm so
Carissa
cute. I have a
also
little
looks very
flower.
cute. Carissa, so do you own the whole island?
No, I'm the island representative. So I get all the power to do things on the island. I single-handedly run the economy because I'm the only one that seems to be buying stuff. I also sell things.
Well, Carissa, I think as a public figure, you are really overworked. Have you checked to get a pay raise in Animal Crossing?
It's okay, I'm also the richest one there.
Oh wow. So is this space for residents to come and hang?
You know, as you say that, I just see her alone.
She has animals on this island.
Yeah, hello. I'm not alone on this island, okay, Daniel? Stop giving me your judgy faces. Okay, so let's go into the museum, guys.
It's still so pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, you have such pretty spaces. Oh my god, look at you running around.
This reminds me of Resort World's Seaquarium.
Right?
Yeah, can't wait until Carissa catches a shark to put into her aquarium museum. Carissa, do you put on glasses for your trip to the museum to look like an intellectual?
Yes, I'm also wearing a curta
Wow, that's
representation.
Ethnically diverse clothing available on Animal Crossing.
Like there's kimonos as well. I finished the fossil section, so I have all of the fossils available.
So you found all these fossils on the island.
Yeah, it spawns every day.
What is up with this island? This island is self-generating fossils.
Okay, the last one, the insects one, guys.
Oh my god, it's so pretty.
But yeah.
Wow, that's such a beautiful space. I guess I can understand why people want to spend loads of time lots of time on Animal Crossing. It's basically like the real world we cannot go to right now.
Yeah, like during the circuit breaker, Keith and I will visit each other's island, and then we'll go to the museum or run around each other's islands to have a date.
It's so adorable.
You mentioned that you get all this stuff from other people, right? So what kind of stuff can you buy?
There are a few NPCs that come and sell you backpacks and shoes. Yeah, and then there's Jolly Red lah. So Jolly Red, the first time I met him, he was just hello, I have famous works of paintings to sell you.
Should we go meet Red?
Yes, we can go and meet Red.
He really is very shady.
Shifty.
Yeah, so shady.
Not sure I believe in him.
The music really does sound shady. I don't know how they were able to encapsulate his shadiness.
This is a shady space.
But he's so cute, right?
No, I wouldn't trust him.
Cute. He's cute until you get sold a fake, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
I see you going closer to your screen, Daniel.
Yeah, I really don't know if this is real or fake. I think it's real, but there are so many details that could be fake that like the oranges. If you change the oranges, I will not know if they are real or not. But everything in general looks correct.
Yeah. Do you think it looks correct because you recognize the painting?
Yeah, like I know the painting. It's titled A Bar something something something, and it's famous because of the weird perspective of the mirror. It's supposed to be intentionally wrong. Yada yada yada. Her gaze is supposed to be all my art history knowledge is coming back to me in painful waves. But the orange, is it real?
Is it real?
The orange.
Well, orange is that vibrant?
We don't know. Yeah. Okay. So then, real or fake?
I'm gonna say real. The right side looks real enough for me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, can I say that it was the artwork I recognized a lot because I do know Manet even though I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Actually, what helps you recognize his style?
I think it's the brush strokes.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like it kind of reminds me of Van Gogh.
I almost feel like sometimes Van Gogh is you can see every distinct stroke really kind of neatly, whereas his is a bit more blurred, even though it's still distinct. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the fact that like there's no like defined lines between most of like the items that he portrays. There's another like painting that he did of like some people eating at a restaurant or something, right?
That's like every French
like
painter of the period.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm sure he did. Because, like, I mean, they were all documenting French life at the time and, like, what it meant to be in Paris or wherever they were. So, like, this particular painting is also, like, documenting one of the most, like, it spots in Paris at that time. And I think the reason that I knew this wasn't a fake was actually, interestingly, because of, like, the thing in the upper left corner where you can see 2 feet dangling and her, like, the rest of her body is cut off. It's a trapeze dancer, and I think that if they wanted to con us, they could have just gotten rid of her.
Oh my god, how do you even notice that?
It's one of my favorite things about this painting. It's like everyone always talks about the central figure, but then after a while, everyone's like, you can kind of see the dynamism in the mirror, you can see the scene at the bar, because like, you're obviously looking at the barmaid, but behind the barmaid, there's a mirror, and the mirror shows you the rest of the space. So it's also a really interesting kind of use of the canvas. Yeah.
Question, Kurt, is that man Monet?
Well, I think you can think maybe it could be him, but nobody says that's the only way to read it or that's how he wrote into the painting. What I remember more is actually how people were saying that in theory, based on the composition, you are technically occupying the position of the man. So the man could also just be you, the viewer, but the composition is off. Like, the way you're looking at her, right, is not the way technically you would be documented if you were genuinely there and like being seen in the mirror. So there's something weird about it. But I don't remember anyone saying it was Manet himself.
Next one, the famous painting. Very famous.
That is this reaction indicates
So fake!
At that point of time, I didn't know whether Daniel was reacting to like the painting or like Red's outfit.
She has makeup, she has eyebrows.
Leonardo rolling in his grave.
Yeah, it's like someone took a Sharpie to the Mona Lisa's face. Like those arched brows. It's pointed. You have to admit. Like she went to Brauhaus or something. Like
Pointed.
Maybe this is the Mona Lisa brought modern when she could do eyebrow embroidery.
Oh my god. And the squint is really awkward as well. Like, she looks angry, not like the kind of calm, like impenetrable gaze that she's usually described to have. Like, this is not impenetrable.
Okay, next.
I can't believe you can't get closer to the painting. I feel like it's not good.
Animal Crossing tried the best.
Then real or fake?
I think fake. I think there's no seal at all. I'm trying to like look for it. It's that Chinese thing where like the painters stamp them and they usually put the seal with like a soliloquy or like some kind of poem that like tries to
Soliloquy?
is that what it's called? I hope I'm not wrong. Like you know, like a nice
But it's not a soliloquy because that's a theatre word. I'm just here to tell you that. So you know, can you just say poetry? 2 to 3 lines of poetry.
2 to 3 lines of poetry. And it usually like tries to tell the moral of whatever you're looking at or something, but like there's nothing there.
What's the moral?
When you see like Chinese paintings or scrolls, right, it maybe not even moral, but it like describes it to you for a bit, or like gives you some sort of like understanding of what this is depicting and why it matters, if not always moral, right?
Oh, like sun is setting, mountains are big.
Okay, I can't read Chinese, so I don't know lah, but
Yes.
yeah, I think for me, the first time I saw this, I was kind of really confused by the purple. Like, it felt very purple and very vibrant, and I didn't really know if that was kind of common or seen in these kind of paintings.
So, real or fake, guys?
Fake.
It's a Japanese painting, and it's by somebody who Animal Crossing introduced me to.
Oh my god.
Guy.
Seal.
Huh?
Seal.
Oh, there's really a seal. Oh my god.
Yeah. So that one, Daniel was very correct. Like, the whole time I was like, he got that right, if not for the Chinese-Japanese thing. Yeah.
And the purple.
Oh, purple didn't even exist as a color, right? then?
It did, because a lot of fabric was dyed purple, so they definitely had the pigment. It's just how much it got used.
Maybe like
Because
purple is for
was a royal
royalty.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm pretty. They actually had a lot of colors, but the colors won't stand out to you like that in the painting. But I think the one that struck me off in Animal Crossing was that it was off balance.
I think Dan's point about balance is kind of really important, especially to works like this, because if one thing stands out and it's not the thing that you're drawing attention to, that can go quite bad. It's called rooster and hen with like hydrangeas, so the birds with the flowers. So the birds are obviously sort of given some sort of priority because they're also in the bottom half of the image, closer to the foreground. And if you look at the real painting, like everything kind of balances beautifully. You can see all the pieces of the puzzle coming into play, and there is a lot of sense of dynamism. So that was something that the Animal Crossing one also got pretty accurately, but it didn't play out as beautifully as the real painting does.
What are the chickens doing? Are they mating, like doing a mating dance?
No amount of art history degree can help me understand the animal world, so I don't know. I zoomed into some of the details because you can really see how beautifully it's illustrated. It's so close to like kind of, it looks really real, but there's still an element of like the artistic style, which is really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think also because it's painted on a scroll, they are just like, it's Asian. How come Asians do things on scrolls and Westerners do things on canvases?
I don't remember learning this. Daniel, do you have any guesses? Because I don't.
I think it's just the way things developed. It's a technological thing. For the eastern side, they developed paper first, right? Whereas the western side, they developed cloth, linen, and hide.
Oh.
So conversely, when the painting came in, so if you have paper, you would create pigments that the paper can absorb. Whereas if you have linen, cotton, and hide, you would create pigments that those materials can absorb. That's why one tended more towards something more liquidy, one tended towards more like oil paint base. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, next one.
Okay.
Academic painting.
This is this is wrong.
What?
This is wrong.
What?
It's fake.
How do you know?
The coffee mug
How you know?
stain.
Do you know, right? You're not gonna believe this, but the first time I saw it, I didn't even notice the coffee mug. I just thought the paper was old.
Yeah,
But
for me I was just like, maybe he just needed his morning cup of tea or coffee, you know? How would you know?
Also, okay, beyond the very obvious coffee stain, is he missing like 4 more limbs? The circle is elliptical, it's not like a perfect circle. The circle and the square here are like not in each other. The top circle clips into the tag
I
something.
really gotta admit that this moment made me realize that I have never paid attention to this work. I have no idea what the sketch looks like.
Okay, so real or fake?
Fake.
So, sorry to reveal that half of this is wrong.
Half of them, not all of them, right? Half of them.
I mean, the only thing you got right was the coffee stain.
That's like 10% of what I said.
I mean...
Yeah. But you were so critical. You were just like, everything is wrong about this. But it was just the coffee stain.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Maybe what we can just do is if we scan down, you can see that the circle isn't in the square. There are 2 pairs of limbs that he's depicting. And also, if you look at the text where the circle overlaps with it, you can see that it does white it out, which I imagine must mean that maybe he drew it first and then wrote around it. I'm not sure. His handwriting is super neat though. So it's quite fascinating that all the things that we thought were sort of imperfections or maybe glitches that would indicate this is a fake piece are actually in the real piece itself.
Actually, I don't understand why this thing is important.
I know there was something to do with math. That's why I was so critical about the geometry, because I remember that this was used as an example to highlight like Da Vinci's scientific side as well.
Yeah, it's a lot about interest in proportion.
Like the proportions to the hand, to the length, and to the rest of the body, that is like I guess this is a precursor to the perfect ratio that we all talk about now.
And so one of the interesting things is that because he has depicted like multiple limbs, right, you can also see the body holding various poses and forms. In the notes, he talks about how, according to Vitruvius, these are the measurements of the ideal body. So like 4 fingers equal 1 palm, 4 palms equal 1 foot, 6 palms make 1 cubit. I don't know what a cubit is. and 4 cubits equal to a man's height.
I know that my legs are longer than my body, so I'm definitely not
You're
proportionate.
not a square.
But we also need to remember Da Vinci was prominent in the era of Enlightenment, which was kind of rejecting the state and embracing of science, right?
Was the state religious?
Yeah, the state was essentially the church back then. That's why Da Vinci had a lot of religious paintings, because they were the biggest commissioner of the art. I don't know if you can see from the text, right? He was so afraid of people reading his notes because he built war machines, right? That he wrote in reverse.
Yeah, he has a lot of really strange things in his notes. There's a reason Da Vinci shows take place as much in science museums as they do in art museums, because he really had both aspects in his practice.
I did this in post, I don't know, but if I'm not wrong, he diverted a river.
Wow, that's what I do in Animal Crossing. I can
See?
divert rivers too.
Connection!
You're the Da Vinci of your own Animal Crossing island.
Yeah!
Okay, let's watch my favourite part, giving Blathers the painting.
Oh, Blathers is an owl. That
It railed!
Do you see how
Ah, you know-
happy he is? Okay, we can now go and see the painting in the gallery. Yay!
yay.
Now, Blathers loves his art, okay? He cares.
Blathers care.
Yeah, he
Wow,
cares.
Krista, you really gotta fill the museum up though.
I know.
So empty.
Okay, so Daniel Curtis, so what do you think of the art in Animal Crossing?
I think it's actually it's accurate in a way where it makes me rethink what the art is. Like, I mean, you saw me like shitting on the Vitruvian Man and suddenly like, oh, what? Everything is wrong but the coffee stain?
So I think it's a nice like sort of introductory experience, but I also think it's really lovely to have that experience of building your own museum and thinking about the kind of things that can
Yeah.
go inside. So it was fun. Yeah. I hope you get more interesting
Yeah.
paintings.
I think I'll just add my thoughts as well. Like, I really like the art part in Animal Crossing because I don't have any like formal like understanding of it also. It's like, at least when I look at the paintings, I'm like, oh, I remember this. I know I have seen this before. Like, I've seen people talk about this artwork. And I get excited because like, oh, maybe it's not that far off, you know. Like, I can actually understand that.
Carissa, can I ask
So
you
you
one
keep
very
it-
interesting question?
What?
If you could teleport any old artwork into your Animal Crossing house, what would it be?
Wow. Oh my god.
I know the artwork I'll put in already.
Really? I don't know, you know.
Chime in, guys. Comment down below. It will be Anthony Chin's giant ass boot. I'll have one room. I'll put it in my bedroom.
God.
Oh my god, that's so true. Oh my god,
That would be so
you can
great.
paint the room red and then the boot will be black and then it will be like the ideal experience for the boot.
Yeah.
But also for all the volunteers, please think about if you played Animal Crossing, what old artwork you would import into it and let us know in the comment sections. It'll be very exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
This was fun.
Bye.
This was a weird
Tell us
one.
what you want to see in the next episode and we'll get on it.
Artist name is Manette.
Manet.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot. Isn't it Manet? Isn't he French? Do you not pronounce the T? Can I double check before we say anything?
Annette.
Mane.
Manet.
Prada.
Soliloquy.